So hello guys, welcome. So today I will flow with the topic of femininity, a little bit of masculinity, and I will take you on a journey through spectrum of the natural feminine energy, natural vital life force, the fertile energy, and the more cultural, more performative side of it, which we are surrounded by it now and nowadays. So you can find yourself somewhere in between on these two sides of our humanity. So first of all, I would like you to know that whatever it means for you to be feminine or masculine, that's your thing. That's something which you can connect with within yourself and feel great with and feel like you're fulfilling that side of you, that archetype in you, whatever it means. Also, it's worth mentioning that we all have the aspect of feminine and masculine inside of us. We have the aspect of yin, the feminine energy, and yang, the masculine energy inside of us, the movement of those two forces within each and every single being on this planet, not only human being, and plants and animals and everything that exists moves through that with that two forces. You've probably seen the sign yin yang, which represents that two forces in great harmony. And sometimes we are not truly harmonized. So it means we are like swinging from one extreme to the other extreme on this pendulum, right? Where all the religions, cultures which are like spiritual, they are always recommending the middle way, to find the balance, to not be on the strict ends of anything, because if we are on one end, sooner or later with the pendulum movement we will go into another extreme, and etc. So it's all about finding our own balanced spot, our own balanced way, which is always balancing anyway. This is the journey of life. But we can, when we are in tune with this, when we are tuned within ourselves and with the universe, I would say, then we can always sense when we are going off balance, or when we are going into the extreme. So knowing this, do not judge yourself or other people, because everything we are and where we are is a consequence of something which was before. Yes? All we can do is to realize where we are now, and if we don't like where we are, if we don't feel balanced where we are, we can make some steps towards the change we would love to make, to the lifestyle we would like to live, to the feelings we would like to have, to feel more balanced and harmonious in this life. Simple. So I would like you to imagine like a beautiful forest or a jungle, and the river flowing, and there's a bunch of women sitting around the river. They can be dressed or not dressed. They have kids around. They do washing, they talk, they laugh. They do their natural daily things which they need to do. Maybe they're washing the fruits and vegetables for lunch. Maybe they're taking bath with their kids. Maybe they are doing something which is needed to be done for the house, for the household. Doesn't matter, just see them there, just busy doing something, but at the same time super relaxed in their own relaxed and very grounded being, not rushing, just being in their own body, fully integrated in their own body. where they have natural and authentic feelings coming through their bodies. They are in touch with them. The vital energy is flowing naturally because they're relaxed. They're joking, they're laughing, they are talking with each other. They're looking after their kids together. Some of them are breastfeeding. And they're not rushing, they're in their own natural state. They feel like nurturers to their kids, to each other, to the tribe they live in. They just are who they are, their natural ways. And you can see this energy, this warmth, kindness, softness, and nutritionist energy around them in their aura. And their bodies are not perfect. They have lots of scars from giving birth to kids, lots of different sizes, shapes, and they don't care. They don't even think about it, that there's something wrong with them. They don't even have that idea that they should be different, that the cellulite is something wrong, that the scars after birth on their belly and the skin, this is something wrong. They completely have no idea that this is not attractive to their men. They never heard about it, they never felt this way. So they basically super relaxed and accepting towards their being, the way they look, the way they feel. Yes? And in contrary, we move through the spectrum. Imagine next to them comes Marilyn Monroe, all dressed up with makeup, all the hair done, with her performative teenager, feminine teenager attitude. You know what I mean? She's trying to be so attractive and so feminine. And then we go further. There are women from other kind of movies for adults. There are women who invest so much time and money to do operations, very painful, long-lasting operations to perfect their bodies. Yes, their lips, their nose, their face. Now even the most popular in Poland, I've found out, is the whitening of the intimate spheres, intimate places. Tense women, women who are really caught up into how they look, that women who found their worthiness in the way, how attractive they are to themselves and other people. Women who are in the masculine energy, who are super achievers, fighters. Yes, this is another spectrum. So you see those women within themselves, wise, peaceful, relaxed in their own nature, not even knowing that something wrong with them. And then you see these women who are super perfect, who are super focused on the looks. Yes? So we have that spectrum. And you probably are somewhere in between. And now the question is, why? What happened? Why we went so far on the spectrum to even painfully treat our bodies to look attractive? Why we had to, what happened in our psyche that we had to put so much effort into feeling worthy of love or attractive to a man in this life. Because there must have been some change, right? Some cultural change during the way that we end up so worried about our looks. We have the movies, we have the posters, the commercials, we have now the Instagram influencers who wants to be perfect, all those filters. You don't need to do operation anymore. You can do filters on Instagram and you look stunning. Yes, so there must have been some separation happen that we end up being this way, right? Some cultural movement on this pendulum from one side, the natural ways, to those more cultural ways of thinking, yes? The pendulum quite far of each other. And the question is, how do you want to feel? How is your energy, vital energy flowing? I'm avoiding these words, S words, because Facebook is limiting my views because of that. So I'm trying to not use this word at all. So your fertile energy, naturally flowing because you're relaxed, because you're laughing, because you're smiling, because you're soft, because you're in touch with your body, is naturally balancing itself throughout your life. And there is this or too strong energy, like hyper S energy, where you really need to use it and you like it's compulsive, very impulsive, compulsive energy, or you're completely frozen and you completely don't feel anything. You know, you see? And somewhere on the way, we can always place ourselves somewhere on the way because of some traumas, PTSD, disconnection. We end up in thinking that we are not worthy enough the way we are not attractive enough, and we are looking for this models of attraction in what they feed us in TV, in commercials, etc. We try to be that. So we start to become feminine in the way we find publicly mainstream attractive. Instead of just being who we are, we become and we perform feminine energy, which is completely disconnected from who we truly are. Like somebody brainwashed us, don't you feel? Somebody brainwashed us. When I was younger, when I was 15 years old, I was wearing full makeup. And sometimes I even felt like I cannot go to the shop if I don't put makeup on. Can you believe it? Thanks God I met a partner when I was 16 who said to me, "You're beautiful when you're natural," and I stopped it. But it took me a while to get rid of that addiction. And I understand how far we can go with that. Because then when you don't have makeup, you look in the mirror and you cannot look at yourself because you think ugly. You think you're ugly, you think you're not attractive if you don't put makeup anymore. So it took me a while to take off those, those applications which I had in my head, right? Because it's like kind of an application running at the background of our mind, which are making us do those things, right? So I'm not saying to not look after our bodies. Of course, movement, some sport, some dancing. People who have kids, they run around after kids. They have so much sport around kids, or around their house, or around their garden. You know, we have so much movement when we, go into the mountains. We go swim in the lake. There's so much movement going on, natural movement. You know, so I'm not saying to not do that, to not look after, to not beautifully dressed or beautifully put some decorations. Women always been decorated. Always this beauty was important for us. But there's a difference between decorating something which we already have and having a very painful and expensive operations which are actually hurting our body and changing our face and our identity in a way that other people cannot recognize us, which often, unfortunately, brings a lot of uncomfortable feelings in a person, because our subconscious mind feels there's something wrong here, something is hidden, because we don't see the real face. We see, you know, the face after the operation. So our animal system is freaking out sometimes, right? This is what's happening. We feel fooled, and our system gives us this feeling. So I'm jumping from topic to topic, but, and please don't take me wrong, like everything is what it is for you. I know, I understand, I've been there. I had those periods where I didn't accept myself or how I look, who I am, and I wanted to perfect myself. I know that movement within me, especially now I'm 40, I can see I have a little bit wrinkles coming up and stuff. And my body is not the same when I was like 15, right, or 20. So I understand that this thought comes, these applications are there. But I'm unplugging it. I'm not going to be a victim of it. I'm not going to choose to be a victim of it, right? So the question is, what happened to us that we allowed these applications to run in our heads? Why do we have to change so much to feel worthy and attractive to men? Imagine a natural man from the same forest, he comes to these women. And he doesn't even think about Marilyn Monroe on Instagram, influencer, or women from adult movies. He doesn't even know it exists. He doesn't even know what a fully shaped and a gym body looks like. He doesn't even care, because he sees these women who are soft, who are kind, who are bubbly, who are joyful, who are vital, who are with their kids, who are caring, who are soft. And that's all he needs. The nourishment they bring with their energy, the vital power they have in their womb, which they look after like for a garden. They are like gardeners, those men. They look at women and they want her to feel safe. They want her to feel protected. They want her to be so relaxed that she can be vital. They want her to shine with their own natural, authentic energy, because they know that she's the most precious in the world. She has the ability to create a baby, but also to create anything which is beautiful in this world, which is harmonious, because the woman, natural woman, is connected with nature, with everything that is. So he's here seeing her wisdom of her body, her vital energy, and he's there like, yes, I'm gonna protect this. This is so precious. I'm gonna protect it. I'm gonna look after it. I'm gonna build a safe space for these women to grow, to relax, to be themselves, to nourish their kids, to nourish the tribe. I will look after those women, those kids. And this is the natural, healthy way of thinking of a man who is in touch with their natural masculinity. But what we have now on the other spectrum is a man who is emasculated, a man who is working in factories hours and hours, who has no, yes, he's working hard. He's working hard for feed their families. yes, to protect their families for financial reasons. But at the same time, he is like in a cage. He is like in a cage. He cannot fulfill his true potential. Yes, so this is super sad. And then we have men who are going to the gym to show the muscles, to show how masculine they are, but also feeling insecure within themselves. Because man in the forest, he is building up his muscles by doing stuff which is natural. The muscles just show up on him, right? And now we have to fake it. Now we have to perform it to look masculine, but it doesn't mean that every man who looks masculine, he's adult, mature, responsible, and secure man who knows what femininity is and masculinity is within himself. Also a disconnected man. A man who is going for war. A man who is interested in money and power. A man who is interested in controlling other people, not cooperating with them for the benefit of all. He's thinking about himself and his feeling of power and need of power. You understand what happened to us? We went so far, far, far on our pendulum from being connected, natural, happy, a man and woman in harmony were melting into each other's natural energies, into a war, not only war for countries war, but also war between men and women who are fighting each other, men becoming suppressed and controlled by governments. Women became masculine because that's the only way we can protect ourselves from this weak man, disconnected men. So we fight, so we establish our own ways, so we could protect our children and other women. You know what I mean? So we went so far, so far. And now, each and every individual of us needs to find his own balance in life between those two extremes, because culturally we went very, very far. We developed the technologies, now the artificial intelligence. We developed so much to help people, to heal people. Yes, we want to keep that. We want to keep what's good, the technologies which helps to clean the world, which we made a mess, big mess, you know. So we want to clear it up. So we want to take it, but as well, remember, what is it for? It is for being natural as well, to come back to nature, to come back what's natural for us, to combine both of those things, to find the middle way, right? And it's every one of us needs to find the answer, what it is for us, this middle way. Yes? Because that vital force, the fertile vital force, feminine energy, is being polluted, it's been brainwashed, it's been molded into something which is not a performative, histrionic disorder. You know what I mean? So many clients I have with borderline or histrionic personality disorder, which outside they are very feminine and they seem very fertile and very vital in this way. And they come, very seductive women, and they come and they say, I don't feel nothing. This is just a game. This is the way I do it because I feel I can get love. I can feel I can get attention. I can feel I can get something from it. Feel loved or appreciated for something at least. But at the same time, I don't feel much of it. I'm not like this when it comes to, you know, interaction. I become performative. I don't allow to get pleasure for me. I don't get allowed to be given. I'm the giver, I'm the performer, you know. And the feminine, true feminine, is allowing, is relaxing, allowing, is melting. Yes? If we allow, we can then feel. If we don't allow, if we are in a masculine way in this feminine body, it's not the same experience. Yes? So we allow. So this is important thing. So don't think that when we are looking in a very beautiful sexual way, that it means we are like this. You know, it doesn't mean that we are connected with our natural ways of energy flowing. It's not always the case. Same for men. If man looks so masculine, he has beard, has beautiful body, it doesn't mean he's a giver. It doesn't mean he knows how to be with a woman, you know? So this is all out of balance. This is all need to be addressed in every single being life. There's another thing I wanted to say. Yes, I wanted to tell you about the dream, before I finish, about the dream I had 2 days ago. That's why this video came up. Because our energy comes back, the natural way of enjoying ourselves in this way with men and women comes back when we are looking after the balance in our own life. If we find the middle way, these things will come naturally. We open up naturally. And if we are with somebody we can be vulnerable with, authentic with, and we can show ourselves in our weaknesses, the closer we come and the bigger bond we have with people. And that way, the things are flourishing again. We're coming back to our natural ways of being. But I had that dream 2 days ago. I was in two consciousness at the same time. I was myself in this Malwina form, and at the same time I was a woman from the depth of the oceans, of the waters. You can call the mermaid, but I didn't see her as a mermaid with a tail. I was just a woman from the depth of the ocean, the ocean, maybe woman who is looking after the waters. And she was flowing up, like swimming up with her hand towards me, and I was going towards her from up, down, and we connected this way. This beautiful creature, which I was at the same time, and me, which I am here now. So waters, emotional, fertile energy, vital energy, feminine energy, and me from here, the walking on this land, a being, feminine being. And at some point I saw men coming and bringing some dynamite. They wanted to kill her. They wanted to destroy this woman. And there was some cars, like, I don't know how you call it in English, with a lot of rubbish coming in. And they were starting to pour this rubbish into those waters. There was like old couches and all the rubbish you could imagine. They were pouring into those waters, and I was hiding behind it, careful it won't hit me, because I wanted to go and help her out. And I woke up. And then I was thinking how to finish this dream so I don't stay in this state of powerlessness, this feminine powerlessness, that they are polluting the natural ways, natural clear waters which are here to feed us. They're polluting it unconsciously. So how can I imagine the ending of this story, of this dream, so I feel powerless? So because it's a dream and I can imagine anything I want, I imagine that I am stepping out to them, and using my magical powers, I grow my energy and I send them information, like I'm trying to shine with my energy, with my consciousness on them, for them to receive that information in their energy field, like, you know, constellation thing. I do constellation. And they receive that information of consciousness, of protection, of who they truly are, And they started to think differently. They started to realize, oh my God, what we are doing, we are polluting our mother. We are polluting our mother's womb. We are polluting our mother's waters. So I imagined that they got into that idea of, no, it's not how it should be. So they started to clearing up the waters. And not only this lake, this ocean, they started clearing up all the planet. And when they finished clearing up these waters, suddenly they came there to celebrate with their families. And suddenly this woman from the depth of the ocean, of the sea, the water woman came up. And she started to sing. And as she was singing the song of gratitude towards them, everything was healing. They were healing, their kids, their families were healing, hearing that song. So that was my imagination I used for making myself feeling more powerful, that there's a good ending to that story, to that dream. That if we protect the waters, if we protect the nature is healing for us. The nature is here to nourish us, to look after us, and to heal everything we are. As long as we are connected with true flow of life, true nature, and we are finding the balance between what is real, what is natural, and what is now in a modern age useful for that nature to be protected and nourished and cared for. So this is how it flowed today. So please let me know about your feelings, how you feel, and please remember that I do see you and accept wherever you are on the spectrum is your journey, your story. It's part of something important. So please respect and accept yourself as you are, where you are right now, even if you got lost for a moment. Trust yourself, because there comes a moment when you find yourself, and then you make changes you really want to make. So I love you, I see you, and I hug you. All the best for you.